Good morning. Today we will perform the second experiment, that is a study of synchro. Okay, the kit is, you can see in this video, there is a synchro transmitter and there is one receiver is there. Rotor's power supply is on. Now we can see the synchro transmitter. So what do you mean by synchro? Is a electromagnetic transducer, that is electrical and magnetic device, that is electromagnetic transducer that is used to convert the angular position of the rotor into the electrical signal. Okay, so here we are applying the electrical input to the rotor. So here the rotor will rotate and that angular position will again converted into the electrical signal into the three stator coils. Therefore, the basic elements of synchro is a synchro transmitter whose construction is very similar to that of the three-phase alternator. The stator, which is a stationary, is of laminated silicon steel and is slotted to accommodate a balanced three-phase winding, which is of the concentric coil type, in which the three identical coils are placed in the stator with their axes are 120 degree apart, and this is a star connected. The rotor, we can see it is a dumbbell construction and it is a wound in concentric coil. So the through the slip ring AC voltage is applied to the rotor winding. So this we can see the construction features of this synchro transmitters. Here we have to apply the AC voltage to the rotor, which is V is equal to VR sin omega t. Okay, when this voltage is applied to the rotor of the synchro transmitter, the applied voltage causes the flow of the magnetizing current in the rotor coil, which will produce the sinusoidal time varying flux, which will be directed along its axis, and it will be distributed nearly sinusoidally in the air gap along the stator periphery, and because of this transformer action, the voltage are induced in each of the three stator coils. As the air gap flux is sinusoidal, the distributed flux linking in any stator coil is proportional to the cosine of the angle between the rotor and stator coil axis. Therefore, the voltage induced in the stator coil will be there. These stator voltages are in time phase with each other. Okay, so we can see here the kit, the synchro transmitter will act like a single phase transformer. Okay, in which the rotor coil is primary and all these three stator coils form the three secondaries. Okay, so here we can see the three stator windings are there that will have the voltage Vs1, Vs2 and Vs3, and this will be the voltage induced in the stator coils S1, S2 and S3 with respect to the neutral respectively. Okay, so for this any rotor position, suppose we can say for this rotor position we can say this, we can check this diagram. Okay, we can check this diagram. For this rotor position, we can say the synchro transmitter are shown where the rotor axis make an angle theta. This rotor axis is making an angle theta with the coil S2, this is S1 and this is a S3. So all these are having the 120 degree from each other. Okay, so this is the rotor position. For this rotor position, the induced EMF in the stator coil S1 is Vs1, voltage induced EMF in the coil Vs2 and voltage induced EMF in the coil Vs3. So this voltage induced rotor axis makes an angle of theta with respect to the S2. Therefore, Vs1, Vs2 and Vs3, that will be the voltage we will get across these three stator coils. Okay, so first we will discuss the study of the synchro transmitters. So we have seen that we have to connect the main supply to the system with the help of the cables which is provided to you. Okay, then switch on the main supply for the unit, switch on the rotor supply for the synchro transmitter, which we have already will switch on. Okay, we have switch on the first we have to we have to measure the induced EMF across the two lines. Okay, multiple. So here, starting from the zero position, measure this VS1, VS2. So for the rotor position of 30, the voltage is okay. Okay, so what is the voltage? It is a yes. Okay. Now it is on. Initially it was off. So for rotor position of 30 degree, the induced EMF in the coil VS1, VS2 is we can see 28.70.
29.80.
Yes. Now we can measure the voltage between VS1 and VS3.
37.10.
Okay. Again we can measure VS2, VS3.
66.3.
Okay. So in this way we have to vary this rotor position and we have to measure the terminal voltage. For example, now this is VS2, VS3 we have measured. This is a VS1, S3. VS1, VS2. Okay. VS1, S2. The voltage between the terminal 1 and 2. So in this way we have to measure the terminal voltage across these two terminals and by increasing the position of the rotor of the synchro transmitter. Okay. Now this is for the 90 degree.
This is the
Rotor
voltage
position.
VS1 and 2. Then 1 and 3. VS2 and VS3.
Okay, so in this way we have to just vary this rotor position and we have to measure the voltage induced EMF in the all these coils. Voltage EMF induced in all these three coils
This
just
is
by varying the rotor positions. Okay, this is for 150 degree. Again we can measure the voltage for different terminals and the detailed readings will be shared to you. Okay, we will take the detailed reading about this and it will be shared to you. So this is a first, that is a study of the synchro transmitter. Now we will study the synchro transmitter and receiver pair. Okay, so for that we have to connect the output of the synchro transmitter to the input of the synchro receiver. Connect the probe. So we are connecting the probe. Connect S1, S2, S3 terminals of the synchro transmitter to S1, S2, S3 of synchro receiver. Okay, with the help of the patch cord. Now switch on SW1 as well as SW2. Okay, now this is we have switch on. So whatever the output of the synchro transmitter, the synchro receiver is getting. Okay, so in this way, here we can say that the rotor position is having some angle theta with respect to any coil. Suppose it is S2, then when theta is equal to 0 and if it is making an angle of theta with S2, then we can say that the maximum voltage is induced in the stator coil S2. Okay, and the terminal voltage across S3 and S1, it will be the 0 when the rotor is making an angle of 0 degree with respect to the coil S2, then maximum voltage will be induced EMF in the coil S2, whereas the terminal voltage VS3 S1 will be 0, and this is known as the electrical zero position of the transmitter. This will be known as the electrical zero position of the transmitter. Okay, we will now study the synchro transmitter and receiver. Here we have to move the pointer of the rotor position of the synchro transmitter in step of 30° and observe the new position, new rotor position. Observe the new rotor position. Observe that whenever transmitter rotor is rotated, the transmitter rotor follows it for the both direction and rotations. Okay. Now if I rotate through an angle of 30°, the receiver is also following the same. Okay. So this is the study of the synchro transmitter and receivers. Okay. We have to check whether the rotor of the receiver is following the transmitter rotor or not. Okay. So in this way we have to enter the input angular position and output angular position. Input angular position of the synchro transmitter and output angular position of the synchro receiver, and we have to plot the graph between these two. Okay. So this is the synchro transmitter and receiver, study of the synchro transmitter and receiver. Next is the on the graph papers, and there will be some questions will be there on this experiment. At the time of the submissions we have to also write the answer for these questions, and we have to submit all these questions with answers with these manuals. Thank you very much. The detailed reading of this will be shared to you.